Today, in chapter 8, States after the Maurya Empire, we shall learn about the different kingdoms of North India that emerged after the decline of the Mauryan Empire. Parallelly, we shall also learn about the situation in the northeastern part of India during that period. The Shunga dynasty. After the death of Emperor Ashoka, the Maurya Empire started declining. Brihadratha was the last ruler of the Mauryan Empire. He ruled from 187 to 180 BCE for a span of 7 years. Pushyamitra Shunga was the commander of the Emperor Brihadratha. He assassinated Brihadratha at military parade and founded the Shunga dynasty. The Indo-Greek kings. The Indo-Greek kings were the Greek kings who ruled in the northwest India. There were several small kingdoms ruled by Greek kings. The Indo-Greeks were the first rulers to issue coins. They had a tradition of minting the picture of the king on one side and of a deity on the other side. King Menander or Milinda was a famous Indo-Greek king. Menander was a patron of Buddhism. The questions that he discussed with the Buddhist Bhikkhu Nagasena are compiled in the book Milinda Panha, that is, the questions of King Milinda. Panha is a Pali word which means questions. Kushana kings. India was invaded by several tribes. The Kushanas were one such tribe which belonged to the regions of western China. They established their rule in the northwestern region and in Kashmir in the 1st century CE. The Kushana kings were the first to start minting gold coins in India. They started the custom of imprinting the images of Gautama Buddha and different Indian deities on the coins. Emperor Kanishka. Emperor Kanishka was a prominent Kushana ruler. He extended his empire from Kabul in the west to Varanasi in the east. He was a great patron of Buddhism. The 4th Buddhist Council was held in Kashmir during his reign. Gold and copper coins minted by him have been found in North India. He established the city of Kanishkapur in Kashmir. It is believed that the village of Kampur near Srinagar may be Kanishkapur. Ashwaghosh was a philosopher and a well-known poet. He is considered to be the India's greatest poet and also the father of Sanskrit drama. He lived in the court of King Kanishka. He wrote the texts Buddha Charita and Vajrasuchi. The famous Vaidya Charaka also lived in Kanishka's court. The Gupta dynasty. After the Kushanas, the Gupta dynasty was the most important dynasty. The Gupta period has been described as the golden age in the Indian history. At the end of 3rd century CE, the Guptas rose in North India and remained in power for nearly 3 centuries. Sri Gupta was the founder of the Gupta dynasty. Chandragupta I laid the foundation of the Gupta Empire. Chandragupta I expanded the Gupta Empire. His son Samudragupta defeated the smaller neighboring kingdoms and extended his empire from Assam to Punjab. He had also conquered the eastern coastal region up to Kanchi in Tamil Nadu. Due to these victories, his power came to be recognized everywhere. As a result, kings from northwest as well as from Sri Lanka became his friends. The Prayag pillar, also known as Prayag Prashishti, inscription is located at Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. Prayag Prashishti was written by the famous poet Harisena, who was the court poet of Samudragupta. He has described Samudragupta's conquests and victories. He was an expert veena player. He minted coins with variety of images engraved on them. After Samudragupta, his son Chandragupta II ascended the throne. He extended the empire towards the northwest and won Malwa, Gujarat and Saurashtra. Chandragupta II established good relations with the powerful Vakatakas in the south by giving his daughter Prabhavati in marriage to Rudrasen II. The iron pillar at Mehrauli near Delhi is a structure of 7.2 meters. The pillar is famous for its non-rusted state. The inscription on the pillar bears the name of a king called Chandra, and so, on this basis, the iron pillar is assumed to be built by Chandragupta II. In this period, Fahin, the Chinese traveller, visited India from China. He became the follower of Buddhism. He visited many Buddhist places in India. In his travelogue, he has written about the efficient administration of the Gupta emperors. The Vardhan dynasty. With the decline of the Gupta power, many states in North India emerged. The Vardhan dynasty was one of them. Prabhakar Vardhan was the founder of Vardhan dynasty. He was the king of Thanesar near Delhi. His son Harshavardhan was the most renowned Vardhan king. He extended his empire from Nepal in the north up to the river Narmada in the south and Gujarat in the west. He had established friendly relations with Raja Bhaskarvarman of Kamrup and with the Emperor of China. He had sent his ambassador to the Chinese court. Kannauj was the capital of Harshavardhan's empire. He wrote 3 Sanskrit plays, Ratnavali, Naganand and Priyadarshika. The poet Banbhatta wrote Harshacharita, a biography of Emperor Harshavardhan. The biography provides information on the life and achievements of Harshavardhan. Trade flourished during his reign. He spent a large portion of his wealth for the welfare of his subjects. Huinsang, a learned Buddhist bhikkhu, stayed at the Nalanda University for 2 years when he visited India at the time of Harshavardhan. He became really interested in Indian kingdoms and in Indian culture. That's when he translated a number of Buddhist texts, also known as manuscripts, into Chinese. It is believed that Buddhism reached China because of travelers such as Huinsang. The kingdom in northeast India. Pushyavarman was the founder of the Kamrup state. Pragjotishpur was the capital of Kamrup. Today we know it as the city of Guwahati in Assam. The kingdom of Kamrup extended up to the Brahmaputra valley, Bhutan, and some parts of Bengal and Bihar. Huinsang, the Chinese traveller, had visited Kamrup during the reign of King Bhaskarvarman. Bhaskarvarman was one of the greatest emperors of Assam. Thank you for watching the video.